really want us to summarize and to look at 3-5 tips that can help us, that we can apply today and can help us focus on heart health and emotional health, and will help us almost introduce ourselves into HeartQ method.
Wonderful, Andra. Thank you so much. It's been really wonderful here having this space with you and connecting. And, if I were to say like what are the most important messages is, number one is it's going to sound weird, but being willing to be wrong. The way that we think we are, who we think we are, the way that we think we are, what we think the truth is, to be open to consider, is that really true? Is that really so? Because there is so much more. I used to believe this is who I am and this is my life and I am like this and I am like that and that's it. And when we do that, we become set in those ways. But there's this invitation that I have for everyone to just really let that go and consider there is so much more to who we are as a human being. And when we're living from our hearts, there's such an expanded way to be that is actually ever changing and ever shifting. So that's my first invitation to people, to really consider that there's so much more that we are, that it's hard to define. Number two, my second takeaway message is that whenever we're having the most difficult life moments, a midlife crisis, some kind of crisis, whatever that is, whether it's a physical crisis, an anxiety crisis, an emotional crisis, that it is difficult, it is painful. And look at that as life asking you, wow, something here is for me to go inside and to heal. Because when that's happening, it means that whatever it is that we've been living so far, it's taken us away from ourselves. And we're not aligned with our truth. We're not aligned with our heart. So whenever that's happening, my invitation is to just, not with judgment or anything like that, but to just use that as a portal to go within ourselves, to discover what is that healing that I need to do? What is it that life is inviting me into that I'm not in alignment? I'm not living in alignment. And that's why this is happening. And look at that as a way to go within ourselves, heal, and really discover what is our truth? What is my healing? What is my purpose? And really shift gears there. So that's my second. And the third one is, everybody's so busy in life. Like everybody's running around and busy. And, people say, I just don't have time. I used to have the same thing. It's a limiting belief. I don't have time. But if we're running around and living life in that rushed energy, that's a stress energy. What I invite people is find that time, make that time for yourself, create that space. Because, before we show up to the world and to others, really to show up to ourselves, fill our cup. What does it mean to fill my cup? What do I need to do for me so I can feel good? What is it that I need to heal? What is it that I need to do in the morning for me so that I can fill my cup before I go around filling other people's cups? So this is my invitation. And really, I believe and I feel that there is not one person on this planet that doesn't have this issue. We're all born as pure love in our hearts, but then stuff happens when we're young. Stuff happens, whether it's, unconscious patternings, experiences, trauma, and we get separated from the heart. We go to the mind because it's safer. And so my invitation is to consider, what would it be like? What would it be like for you to open yourselves to drop into your heart? What would life be like to live from your heart, from the consciousness of your heart, and from the intelligence of the heart? And how much more expansive and vital and peaceful and harmonious and loving it would be to have an experience when we live life from our hearts.